We, of course, experienced just a torrential rain over the weekend. How disruptive has it been across the state?
Yeah, it's been called a 1 in 50-year flood event now. There's 19 evacuation orders active across the state of New South Wales, including here in Sydney. It was terrible timing, really. Today was the day that the vaccine rollout was going to be ramped up. 6 million Australians now eligible for shots. 200,000 doses were supposed to be delivered this week, but now freight and logistics have been impacted by all of this flooding. Lots of deliveries delayed. And, of course, this comes on top of the government already being criticised for the slow pace of the rollout. But the rain, though, is still not over. We're expecting that to continue for another 2 days, and then it's going to take time for rivers to recede as well. So it's been a really tough time for some of these businesses further out in the state. It was just a little over a year ago that half of the state was on fire. Then businesses closed due to the pandemic, and now there's a flood on top of it all.
Yeah, when we had that winter storm here in New York as well, we had that vaccination drive being halted. But Paul, in Australia, it seems the virus is relatively under control.
That is true. That's the upside here, is that things are being handled pretty well. And the Chief Medical Officer is now saying that there might be some changes to the way Australia is doing quarantine. Returning travellers could be allowed to isolate now at home, especially if they've been vaccinated. And Brendan Murphy, the Chief Medical Officer, saying that as the vaccine gets rolled out in Australia and overseas, the risk tolerance is going to change in Australia for the second half of the year. And New Zealand's Cabinet's meeting this morning to discuss the potential opening of a trans-Tasman bubble, but there's been a few false starts on that. Could happen in April, though. And Brendan Murphy pretty hopeful, he says, that there's going to be some international travel next year.